think someone must be superpower, just created it.
Must be some, something.
So there must be a power that created that powerful, complicated system. Yes, so we agree on that. So that's what we believe. We believe that is a superpower that created the whole system, that created the whole, the start, the beginning of the Earth and the galaxy.
Well done. And from this point, you understand that superpower has two qualities. It is very powerful and it is intelligent. Okay? Do you agree? The person will have to agree because you've already given the reasons. If he doesn't agree, then you give reasons. The size of the universe, it has to be someone very powerful who made it. Secondly, the design, the order in the universe, even in our solar system, there is an order. Okay? So it has to be someone intelligent. Okay? Okay. Now you start. You ask him the question now, and you will do the same thing, inshallah. Go on. This is very important. The practice is. No? Yes.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, you're good. Yeah. Did you hear what happened the other day in Manchester?
Oh yeah, sadly.
We're upset everyone. I mean, how you guys? Is that what you believe? Tell us what to do. People kill them?
No, not really. No, not what we do. But do you want to understand what's this happening? And
of course, I need to understand. Yeah, what's happening?
If you give me just 1 or 2 minutes, can I explain some basic in Islam what we believe? So, and all this question, I know we have more questions on that, but it will explain to you and make it easy for you to understand what's happening now. Is it possible?
Yeah.
Well, you have to understand first basically what we believe. Yeah? So let's start. You know, the basic thing for Muslim, we believe, like I'll give you a question first, yeah? Do you believe in universe? There's a universe and everything. Do you read about it?
Just basic stuff. Really.
Basic stuff. Do you believe this universe started from a point, yes?
Something must have started it. It must be maybe an explosion or something.
All right. I'll give you 3 options, but it will be just 3 options how this universe started, yeah? So if you follow me and answer this question, then we will see, yeah?
Yeah, sure.
Did this start by itself? Do you think this universe started by itself? Is it possible something start from nothing or by itself?
Doesn't make sense.
Say from nothing. Is it possible?
Doesn't make sense to me, no.
No? By itself?
It didn't create itself.
Huh?
It didn't create itself.
It didn't create itself?
Yeah.
It created by itself.
Yeah. It didn't create. Did it create itself? The Quranic, humul khaliqun. Are they the ones who created themselves? Okay? Right? So did it create itself, the universe? Did it create itself? No. That's logically impossible. Did it come from nothing? Because something cannot come from nothing. Okay?
But the only explanation, someone created it, is it? A superpower. A massive, someone really powerful who created it, maybe. Do you think it's more logic?
Yeah.
Because we have to think about that, sensibly and logically, is it?
Yeah, it would be, yeah.
Do you think superpower created?
Something started it, yeah.
Yeah, that's what we Muslims call Allah. Maybe some other Christians call it God. So when you see this universe, you see how the sun, how big the sun is. There is another what they call red planet. It's more powerful than many times. Yeah, and do you think whoever created this superpower is very powerful?
Must be. It's big.
Must be.
To me, yeah.
And do you think the mathematics of these planets and the distance between them, and always this distance is maintained, this distance, so there is no disasters and everything. Do you think whoever created this one, do you think is very intelligent?
It could be nature. It's just nature created, it's something that everything is balanced, to me.
Yeah, but do you think this superpower, whoever done this, do you think it's very intelligent? Must be intelligent.
Yeah, must be very, yeah.
Yeah, but he raised a good point. He said it could be nature. You want to ask him, is nature blind and random? This is very important. Because when you say nature, what do you mean by nature? Because what we have in the universe is order. It's not chaos. Does order come from chaos? Because nature, if it's blind and uncontrolled, or yeah, it can go anywhere. Anything can happen. It's not controlled, it's not planned. But the universe, it appears to be planned, it appears to be controlled, it appears to be designed. So when you say nature, is it blind and random, or is it something intelligent? You have to bring them back to the point it is intelligent. What you're calling nature then, because it has to be someone intelligent to make this mathematical system, mathematically designed system, like a car, like a fridge, like a jet, right? The universe is far more sophisticated, right? So it's mathematically positioned. So it cannot come from random blind process. Rather, it has nature. If it's nature, if you're going to call it nature, it is intelligent, right? So you will say, yes, you're right, it's intelligent. And we call that nature God, basically. Simple as that. Yeah, we don't call it nature, we call it God. Okay, Allah. We call it Allah. So you want to bring them back to the supreme power. Again and again and again. Bring the person's attention back to ilallah. Ilallah, okay? You want to bring the person back to the supreme power of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Okay? That's well done. Jazakumullah khairan, brothers. Thank you. I hope you have a fair idea now as to what we're trying to do. So this is very systematic, very simple, very easy. Once you get good at it, better at it, it will take you 3 minutes maximum to get to this stage. Because the process is so quick and so convincing that the person is now, because the person came attacking you, and instead of being on the back foot to you now, you have like Aikido, yeah? Yes. You watch Steven Seagal's movies, yeah? Yeah? When someone comes to attack him and he turns them around and throws them in the wall, yeah? So what you have done, you have used that energy by getting the person to agree with you, to listen to you. Now you are giving him a lecture. Instead of him giving you a lecture on humanity, on peace and on justice, on rights of women, we civilized, you barbarians, yeah? Now you're telling him why you are not barbarians, you are civilized, and why you people are not on the right path, because you disbelieve in someone who is there. You can't see him. So now the person will start to see Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and His power and majesty.
So you see? Convince him with that thought. With Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala exists, going into the Big Bang theory. You will have to start with that.
Not necessarily. Not necessarily. The thing is, not necessarily we need to go to the theories and stuff.
Yeah. To the thing with you, say, that's why you.
Okay, this is why what you need to do is sometimes you need to ask them, even if it's Big Bang. Big Bang theory has many models, by the way. Did you know that? They're not. Big Bang is a theory. It's an idea. We think this is what happened. They're not 100% sure as to what happened. And even if it's Big Bang, it goes in your favor. It started to exist. Who caused the Big Bang? Is it accidental? Was there something before the Big Bang, or Big Bang just happened out of nothing? There are 3 options for Big Bang. Now, play that game with them. There are 3 options with the Big Bang. It created itself.
What I'm trying to emphasize here, when you're discussing something with somebody who's non-Muslim, then you want to get into his mind that you're a Muslim because you believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
That's right.
And there is a God exists.
Yes.
So that's the point that you want to go first.
That's right.
Drive home.
That's right.
To that person.
That's right. Exactly. That's the first point. You have done your initiation, introduction, smiling, shaking hands, name. Okay, can I have 1 or 2 minutes of your time so that I can quickly explain as to why we believe in what we believe in. Once you understand that, you will have your answers.
Can I just mention one thing?
Yeah.
I mean, you probably have faced it through the years of experience that you have.
Yeah.
When you try, if someone's coming asking the same question to you, asking you, okay, why, I mean, you hear what happened in London or Manchester, whatever that happened there, and then you start telling him, okay, just give me these seconds and I'll explain to you our face, and they tell you, listen, and you tell him about the galaxy and expanding and everything, and tell him, I'm not interested
Very good point, no? Very good point.
I'm not interested in all this, I'm interested in the principle of what happened of action of people. That's what I'm interested in.
Okay. Now what you have done, instead of going into circle of argumentation, whether Islam is evil or good, whether ruling in Islam on apostasy, on adultery, or the age of Aisha or Banu Qurayza is good or bad, God as an entity or the universe cannot be neglected, cannot be ignored. The existence of God will always be there. You cannot deny the existence of God. Whether all of these things are there, which you have not yet answered, it doesn't matter. It does not matter, because God still exists. God still exists, right? So, what have you done now? What is da'wah? What is da'wah?
Okay, you're proving to him that exists. Well, that's what you believe in, yes.
Exactly. But da'wah is calling to Allah, right? It's not answering these questions. Your purpose is to call the person to Allah. So even though this person has not got his answers by the end of it, even though, let's assume you have, and you don't have time to do that anyway, because each question will cost you half an hour, right? You don't have time to do that. Even the person will walk away having taken da'wah. Hold on a second. This is something I need to think about. There is a God. All my life I neglected this God, this creator. There is a God, someone who's watching us, someone who made us. And there is a purpose to life for that reason. Okay? So you're not finished yet because we're coming to the next point. We're coming to the issue of revelation and prophethood. Once we get to that, then if God exists and He is one, okay, He is one, and He is the one who sent down revelation, the Quran is from God, okay, and Prophet Muhammad is a true prophet of God, okay, if that's true, then all of these questions don't matter. He's a true prophet of God, he's not a liar, so whatever he does must be true, must be right. And if the Quran is from the Creator, then it has to be true, it cannot be a lie, because it is from the most powerful, the most wise, Al-Aziz Al-Hakim. You've already established that. So it falls into place very nicely. So those questions of the person who is still asking those questions, now if you have time, because you have done your obligation, what is obligatory upon you? To give da'wah. To give da'wah, yeah? You have done your obligation. If the person is still persistent, then you can start going into the discussion of this and that. Okay, why you know, or you can tell the person, I'll come back to you with these answers. These are very good questions. I'll come back to you. Let me do some research. Don't give faulty, tatty answers. Don't do that. Because what's going to happen is the person is going to assume that this is what Islam is. No. If you don't know the answer, if you get stuck, say, look, we have agreed God exists. Prophet Muhammad is a true prophet of God. The Quran is the revelation from God. We've agreed to all these points. Now, with regards to these questions, let me go and do some research and I'll come back to you. Okay? The person still walks away having been shaken, at least. If not convinced fully, the person will be shaken and will understand why you believe in Allah, and the da'wah has been given to that person. Da'wah is ilallah. It's not answering questions or having debates and arguments. Right? Okay? So this is what we're doing. Your concern is your obligation. Right? So once you prove existence of God, I can guarantee you, in most cases, the majority of cases, people will no longer be asking those questions. Because then your belief will make sense. You have already explained to the person why you believe in the first place. You believe because God has commanded us. So whatever questions you have about Sharia, we can discuss the wisdom of those things, but God is still there. Whether you like it or not, God is there. You can't remove God from the picture. Does that make sense? When we go further, it will make more sense, inshallah. Okay. So now we come to oneness.
So breaking the thing.
Yes, the thinking about it is the oneness of God. I think that you're just taking him from what he's asking you to a completely different point of view, that you're a Muslim and why you are a Muslim, because of the existence of the superior power that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is there. Yeah. So once you believe that there is a God, well, he never believed in this, and he will never believe in it, but explaining to him that there is a God and your Big Bang theory or whatever doesn't exist and it's just theories, then he will start to think, well, it must be something there. Then he will start to look at you as a person.
We are defending your religion.
Yeah.
You don't ignore this completely attack. His fault that there is no God whatsoever.
Yeah, but the point he's trying to derive to him is that what you believe in, that there's something there that he doesn't even believe in.
It's not even about explaining what you believe in, it's about giving da'wah. That's your focus. You have to understand that you cannot convince the world about the truth of Islam. There are too many haters out there. Too many crazy people out there. You can't convince everyone about the truth of Islam. What you can do is give da'wah, which is your obligation. What did the Prophet say? What does Allah tell us? وَمَا عَلَيْنَا إِلَّا الْبَلَاغُ الْمُبِينُ. Okay? Upon us is to deliver the message. Right? What did Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam say? He asked his companions, هَلْ بَلَّغْتُ هَلْ بَلَّغْتُ Have I delivered? Allahumma ashhad, Allahumma ashhad. Right? So the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam delivered. Whether they believe it or not, It's up to them. And this is why إِنَّكَ لَا تَهْدِي مَنْ أَحْبَبْتَ وَلَكِنَّ اللَّهَ يَهْدِي مَنْ يَشَاءُ وَهُوَ أَعْلَمُ بِالْمُهْتَدِينَ. So don't think that you are going to guide people. No. Your job is to deliver the message of Islam, which is Allah. Number one, Allah. Without Allah there is no Islam. Okay? Allah is oneness, the Quran and the Prophet, Risala, Khalas. And after that, whether the person wants to talk to you further or not, you know you don't have the capacity to answer all questions, but what you have done is delivered the message of Islam. You have done your job. Okay? And leave the rest to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Does God exist? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala exists.
Yes.
That's why you are proved. That's why you tell me.
Yes.
Because most of the time the questions come, or all the criticism, everything, it's not because they want to ask a question, because they don't believe. So that is why
exactly.
Just started going.
I have had this problem. I was in Pakistan recently. Someone brought a kid to me. You know, he was confused about certain things, and he asked me about hudud and this and that, and why there are such harsh punishments in Islam and da. I asked him, do you believe in God? He said, no, I don't want to discuss that. I want to discuss this. I said, no, forget about Sharia. Whether Sharia is true or not is not important. Do you believe in God? He said, well, I haven't really thought about it. I said, let's think about it right now. And once you start to build his belief in God, his iman in Islam will become eventually strengthened, stronger and stronger. Because now he is willing to accept a reality which he did not imagine before.
That's where Sharia came from.
Exactly. You see, so Sharia comes from Allah. Whether you like it or not, Allah is the most powerful. You've already established that, and most wise. Whether you like it or not, He's telling you X, Y, and Z, you have to follow it. Or you tell us whether you are more intelligent and powerful, then we'll follow you. Khalas. Simple. You need to reason with people like that, and they will understand, inshallah ta'ala. Oneness. Next point. Say He is Allah, the Eternal. He neither begets nor is born, nor is there to Him any equivalent. قُلْ هُوَ اللَّهُ أَحَدْ اللَّهُ الصَّمَدْ لَمْ يَلِدْ وَلَمْ يُولَدْ وَلَمْ يَكُنْ لَهُ كُفُوًا أَحَدٌ. This is the core of Islam. Allah is one. He alone deserves to be worshipped. Okay? Now oneness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, how do we prove it? Okay? This is the procedure, right? We have already shown the person that Allah, the superpower, the supreme power exists. He is intelligent and He is very powerful. You have already established that. Now that we have established that He is supremely powerful, supremely intelligent, we move on to the next point, that He has to be one. There cannot be two supremely powerful, supremely intelligent, independent beings. If they are independent, what will happen?
Fight each other.
If they are independent. If they are independent and they are both supremely powerful and supremely intelligent,
Chaos.
Chaos. As we will see. The Creator is different. Is the Creator same or different to the creation? Creator is different. Same would create more creation. Okay? Right? Right? Leading to an infinite regress. Must be different from creation, unique, eternal, self-sufficient. Okay? The order within the creation is evidence for God's oneness. The order, the plan of the universe, okay, and the mathematical designing of it, it shows you what? One architect, not two or three architects. Okay? Because if there are two or three independent thinkers working on the same plan, what do you think is going to happen? Do you think it's possible for them to not disagree? Do you think it's possible? Huh? It is impossible for them to agree on everything. It is impossible. I'm saying it's impossible.
Every God will take what He created.
Exactly.
And we don't try to compete with others.
Yes. So more gods would rival, which would create chaos. Two CEOs of a company, two chairmen, right? Russia, China, America, very powerful, very independent, intelligent as well, superpowers, people call them, with nuclear capacity. Do they love each other? Do they love each other? They hate each other. They want to kill each other, right? China doesn't like America, America doesn't like Russia and vice versa, right? Why? Because they follow different paths, different understandings, different methodologies, because they're completely independent.
So one thinks he's more supreme than others.
Exactly, exactly. So same would happen with independent wills. So you will get the person to agree. Before we get to Revelation, the verse which we wanted to discuss was, it is in Surah Al-Anbiya verse 22. Can someone read the verse? Surah Al-Anbiya verse 22. What's the verse? La fasatata in kana or lo kana. لو كان فيهما آلهة إلا الله لفسدتا. الله أكبر. If there were in the universe or in our imagination more than one God, there would be chaos in the universe. There would be destruction. It would not last. There would be rivalry. There would be battle. There would be wars fighting between the two supremely powerful beings. And Allah is making this point very clear. So for this reason, just understand very simple reasoning with this person. You've already explained he's immensely powerful, immensely wise. So imagine two immensely powerful and immensely wise entities sharing the same space, right? Or the same domain, right? They will clash. It is impossible for them not to clash. Okay? And if there are two, they can be more. If there are two, then there can be more. And if there are more, then more of a chance to be conflict, destruction on a grand scale. So the fact that we have not been destroyed, the universe still lasts in its mathematical shape and form, in its design form, and in its power, is because there is only one. Khalas. The person will agree with you. Yes, this makes sense. Because if there were two, there could be more than two. And at least there could be two, right? And if there are two, then there would be conflict. And why would you stop at two? This is your point. This is a point in your favor. If someone is claiming, how do you know he's one? You say, okay, then it's two, it's 3, 5. Why are you saying it has to be only 2? It can be 3, it can be 4. The person will agree, yes, you're right. Why do you want to stop at 2? Go further, 3, 4. And in that case, definitely, guaranteed conflict. It is impossible for them to not have conflict because they're independent wills. You know, independent will, what does will mean in Arabic? Huh? Irada. Huh? Fa'alun lima yurid. I told you everything is from the Quran. We're not making things up, yeah? The irada of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, His will. Fa'alun lima yurid, He does what He likes. Imagine there's another one who does what he likes. And there's another one who does what he likes. What's going to happen? They're going to infringe on each other's space. Right? And then what's going to happen is... So Allah is telling you in the Quran, if there were more than one, then there would be fasad, destruction on a grand scale in your domain. So khalas, we move on. Right? This was a very simple point. So you just need to have this first point, remember, step by step, yeah? First point, universe began to exist. This is established. It began to exist. If it began to exist, then we have 1, 2, and 3. 1 is what? Came from nothing. Call it nothing. Itself. It created itself. Right? Or created. Then from this you have established that it is created. Right? If it's created, then it is created by powerful. and intelligent. Intelligent. Now if he's powerful and intelligent, then he has to be one. Why? Because you cannot have two powerful and intelligent independent beings. Because if it's two, then it can be three, and it can be four, and it can be five. And the reason we know it's not 2, 3 or 4 and 5, because we still have our universe in existence. We are still alive. We still exist. That's why we know it is only one. Okay? And the reason why we have so many wars and destruction in the planet Earth is why? Why?
So many powers.
So many powers. So many wills clashing. So Earth itself points to the oneness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Because there is no chaos and destruction in the universe. The solar system is still working the same every day. Right? Planet Earth. Yeah? Someone is blocking water for another country. India is blocking water for Pakistan. Huh? Or the British now are planning to, or the Russians are bombing Syria, and Americans are bombing Iraq and then Syria, and the Chinese are planning to occupy the South China Sea, and North Korea is getting ready with its missiles. Yeah? So what do you think is happening in the world? Because there are too many powerful cooks, and too many chiefs, and not enough Indians, huh? Yeah. Too many chiefs, yeah? And not enough Indians. So this is what's happening. Allahu Akbar. But there is only one grand chief, to whom is our return, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Does this make sense? So far the person is already shaking, inshallah. You know what? This is very powerful. And now you have given the ultimate dawah. Ultimate dawah. Now it doesn't matter whether the person, has the question. Now you have opened another front. You have opened another front in the person's mind. Hold on a second. Okay, fine. All these questions, great. Very good questions. But what about this? Why do you want answer to these questions when you are neglecting such a big reality in your life? How will my answers help you? This is something you need to look at. Man, there is a God who is one, who created you. What are you going to do about that? So then, it comes to the next point, revelation. Now if God, this is now in sequence. God exists, we have established. Supreme power, superpower exists. He is one, existence is done. Okay? One. And now if he's one, we know he's very powerful and wise. Okay? Now if he's powerful and wise, which he is, we have already established that, then that means he has, because of his wisdom, he has created us for a reason. Yes? Because he's wise and he's powerful, wisdom requires that wise people do not create, wise entities do not create things in vain. In vain. Do you create cars in vain? Do you create mobile phones in vain? No. You create them for a reason. Right? So we know we have been created by Allah. We have already established that. Now we know there's a reason. And if there's a reason, he, because of his wisdom, has to communicate that reason. He has to communicate that reason. We have to know what the reason is. Because we are independently intelligent. We're not like robots, like mobile phones. We are not like cars and jets. We are independent. Okay, Allah has given us a free will. So he communicated with us through revelations. Okay? Through revelations. Right? Now look at the reason. Would this Creator also provide our purpose of life, manual for life to live by? The amazing Quran, preservation, science, history, all of that, it goes into favor. We'll see why the Quran has to be from the divine. Now we have established He exists, He's powerful, wise, He's one, and He sends down messages to humanity. Otherwise it doesn't make sense. We know He has created us. It doesn't make sense that He created us and left us without any guidance. Right? Because we don't do that. And we are less intelligent and less powerful. We don't do that, right? So if we don't do that, how can someone of great majesty do that? So He has created us, He has given us revelations. And how do we know these revelations are from God? This is an argument which I don't find very strong. You know the linguistic miracle of the Quran, where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, In kuntum fi raybin mimma nazzalna ala abdina. فَأْتُوا بِسُورَةٍ مِنْ مِثْلِهِ. Okay, this ayah, a lot of people believe that it is referring to the linguistic miracle of the Quran, yani the balagha, the strength of the language, but that's limiting the miracle of the Quran. Rather, I believe Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying here that this book is so powerful that it will change the world. It has such power that it will transform nations, it will transform people, right? It's not only a linguistic miracle, which is very beautiful linguistically.